About 2 years ago, I first got interested in personal development. At that time, I was working in a restaurant for 2 full weeks because our school wanted us to have some sort of work experience. As I said, it was just at the beginning of my journey, and I hadn't developed the habits that would go on to shape my life, such as getting up at the same time every day. The 4 weeks before that event, I'd experimented with how getting up at 5:30 every day would make me feel. And I simply dropped that habit throughout the work experience time. And the time during and shortly after my work experience felt like hell, because I had lost the structure I had gained with so much effort. Right then and there I made a decision. Never again would I sacrifice my sleep if it wasn't necessary. I'd always be deliberate about it. And this decision has shaped my life ever since, because I have been getting up at 5:30 since then, every single day. Hi, I'm Gabriel from Goals and Crows, and welcome to episode number 1 of the Superpower series. Today's superpower, sleep, and how it will help you to achieve your goals. So let's get started. Sleep is a weird thing, right? I mean, it's absolutely free, but it affects everything you do. And it's something that's performed by everyone, but not to the same extent. Your body needs sleep in order to repair. And your mind needs sleep because it can then process the information you learn throughout the day. The quality and quantity of your sleep will make the difference between feeling groggy all day, just tired and waiting for the day to be over, and having energy, being energetic, being excited, and having that last until you go to bed. A lot of people know about the basics. You need 7 to 8 hours of sleep to function your best, and there are different chronotypes that decide when you should get up. Because although I love getting up early, I understand that it's not perfect for everyone, and there's nothing to feel bad about, as long as you are deliberate about it. And there's actually a test to find out what your chronotype is, if you want to know that. It's free, I'll link to it down in the description, and it's from an author, but it's not sponsored in any way. Those are the basics, but I also got 10 very powerful tips that have helped me to 10x the energy I get from sleeping. So let's get going. Here are the 6 things that I've found throughout the time I've been doing this to help me improve my sleep quality. Tip number 1, have a strict sleep schedule. I know it sounds childish, but you have the choice. Do you want to be cool or do you want to be successful? In however way you define that. There's a specific time at which I start with my evening routine. I will make a video about this soon, but for this video, let's keep it very simple. I do a few things before going to sleep that help me calm down, but I have a time when I start doing this, when I get going, no matter what I'm doing right now, I then proceed to do that because I know it's important for me in order to be able to sleep well. And I also know when I lay into bed to sleep. The importance is not just to have this, but also to use it. This way your biological clock can help you instead of working against you. The thing you, for example, experience whenever there's jet lag. I know it can be difficult to fall to sleep. And one thing I've noticed for myself is that there was often time because I was thinking about things I still needed to do or still planned to do in the future. And those things really kept me busy. The way to fix that was to have a little column in my schedule, a list where I can write out things that are important for me and that I can take care of in the future. It's so simple. I can just let them go by writing them down. And by the future, I don't mean procrastinate. I mean schedule them in and find a way. My third tip is to have specific places for certain activities. I have a chair in which I read, or I sleep in my bed, but I don't sleep in my chair and I don't read in my bed, because I can get into the state of mind of sleeping or reading just by going to that place, by laying down in bed. Don't get upset if you haven't been paying attention to this in the past. It was the same thing for me. Retrain your mind by paying close attention where you do certain things. My next tip is to remove blue light, or as good as you can, light in general when you go to sleep. Be careful with screens before going to bed. Blue light, a certain wavelength of the light, will make your body stop producing melatonin. Melatonin is a sleep hormone, which is responsible for the sleepy feeling you get whenever you are tired. You have it with sunlight. That's why having sunlight early in the morning is very good for feeling awake, but it's also a source of things like this, your mobile phone. As with your room, the sunlight is also a source of blue light. So try to keep it as dark as possible. I'm going to be honest with you, the way I do that is by using DIY curtains. I don't know a lot about sewing, but I simply wanted to save money, and I think you can do this as well. Try to get a medium to heavyweight fabric that will help you to block the light, and it's also quite practical to block noise from the street. And to be honest, I think they look pretty decent. If you're a student and on a tight budget, there's no excuse not to do this. I mean, I paid, I don't know, 15 bucks or something like that. It is possible to do this. Number 5, have a bedtime activity. There are some things that help you calm down. And if you can even turn them into a routine by attaching one thing to another, you can get ready to go to bed. For example, I like to meditate or read, and this time is perfect for doing that because it helps you to calm down and at the same time still be productive. And tip number 6, sleep time beverages. This is not some fancy stuff you need to buy. This is simple and you can do it yourself. There are 2 drinks. The first one is apple cider vinegar, about which I learned reading Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, which is also not sponsored. Mixing 1 or 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar with hot water and a little bit of honey can help you to cool down. But be careful not to take too much apple cider. This is how I imagined goat pee to taste like. And the other bedtime beverage is a magnesium beverage. You can do that by chopping up a banana, or if the peel is not being exposed to toxins, you can even use the peel as well and cook it in hot water. You don't need to buy supplements. It tastes quite well and the magnesium helps your muscles and your nerves to relax. But I only use those whenever I feel too excited to sleep, because usually the 5 tips I mentioned before are already enough. Please build a strong sleeping habit and be deliberate about it. Don't sleep like it's your hobby, and also don't sacrifice sleep. Use sleep as a tool, your tool to move towards your goals. If you want to learn more about goals and how you can use habits in order to achieve them, make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.